Hello, welcome to another episode of Stand Nation. Summer's not slowing down. You had some surprise hits with us, huh?
We got some summer bops, okay?
Something that came out of nowhere for me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah? Yep, that's definitely for sure.
I mean, I can always appreciate these kind of pleasant surprises. These are the good kind of surprises for me.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh. Alright, you want to introduce this first one?
Yeah, so this is going to be, I think this is the first time for us. This is a Cpop group, BonBon Girls 303. I don't think
we haven't covered a group before, but we have covered like solo releases.
Yeah, we've covered solo, but we haven't covered a group. So for those, a little bit of a background on BonBon Girls 303. They are actually a produce group from the Chinese version, Produce Camp 2020. And this is one of their comebacks after their anniversary, called Fearless Girls. Or was it Fearless Girl? No, it's Fearless Girls.
Fearless Girls.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's Cpop comeback. And what do you guys think comparatively to the usual music videos from like other produce groups that we've talked about or seen with the Korean produce groups?
I mean, as far as what's different,
yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot in like I just don't really have a good context to build from and from within like what's going on in Cpop.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like the actual like feel and whatnot of the song and music video, it does kind of feel still in line with some of the other releases that we've had from the other artist groups.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's definitely kind of like this peppy, cheer girl vibe into it.
Mm-hmm.
But especially when they had like the marching band drums in the middle of the music video.
Yeah,
definitely reminded me of that school.
Marching band. Yeah. Nick?
I think musically, I think it's definitely very similar. We've seen this kind of song from groups such as From Us 9.
Mm-hmm.
They've done it before, especially with like Fun,
right?
Or songs similar.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't say musically it's too out of the realm of like
what
we usually talk about or what we've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really comment too much on the actual music video. I think its production quality is very similar, if not the exact same to what we would see normally from a produced group.
Mm. Okay.
But I definitely really like what they've done differently with the song. Like Jihoon was talking about the drum line.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I can't recall that we've seen before.
I don't think we have.
2019, we had a few references into like the marching band theme with some drum lines, but not as prominent as this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then also just like incorporating that heavy drum line-esque beat into the actual song as well, so it didn't seem out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Was a really smart move as well.
Right.
And it's also extremely catchy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I only just realized this now, but it kind of reminded me a bit of Twice's Cheer Up, primarily not just the feel and the concept, but the vocals. The vocals do feel kind of Twice-esque in that era.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with that.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed this song.
Same.
Because it also like we've talked about before, there's a very careful line you have to toe between catchy and annoying.
Yeah.
And like Jihoon just talked about Twice's like Cheer Up towed that line very well.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't annoying. It was very catchy.
Right.
And they did the same thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very catchy, but it's not to the point where like I'm annoyed listening to it.
Yeah. I honestly do think like it as well. It's that with that I agree with everything like you're saying. I kind of do wish there was a little bit more to the dance though. I felt like it lacked a little bit of an impact, you know. With I feel like it needed that extra punch when it came to the dance moves.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the scenes was more centered around the drums, like marching drum scenes, especially.
Yeah.
Or stuff that like kind of alludes to that. Yeah. I will say though, it you know it has been nice seeing Gugu dance Sally.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
This is the second week in a row now. I've been reminded about that group that stole my heart and then went away.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of curious, like, because we really didn't watch this produce and so we really didn't get attached to any of the members. So I'm actually kind of curious, like, what their dynamic is within the group, especially with Sully, or like how she's interacting and what she brings into the table. It'd be really interesting to see a little bit more, especially since none of us have really seen much of the group. I mean, I know that they have a Weibo. I don't have a Weibo account, so which is basically like the Chinese social media for those who don't know, like Instagram, Facebook, that kind of stuff. But I don't have one of those, so I haven't really been looking into their things. But it'd be really interesting to look more into them.
I've seen a lot of comments about the one member, Nene.
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, there's I want to say like the first, I don't know, dozen comments that's just all you see is her name. So apparently she's like really popular among the international crowd. I mean, I can see why. She's really cute.
Yeah, and I know that at least from my little small experience, because I did kind of keep track, but not as intensely, of this group. While they were as a produce series, Curly was fairly popular, and she's the center of the group as well.
Yeah, she is featured very prominently in the music video.
Yeah, I will also say, like, I did see their debut, and I would say this is very much of an improvement. You definitely have seen them grow vocally, and the production of the music video has improved comparatively to their debut. I think that they are very much improving. There are certain parts that I think that they could do better. My opinion is still going to be the dance, because it still feels very toned down to when pairing it with the song. I feel like this is a much more high energy song, and the dance just doesn't keep up to pace.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if I don't know if they're having trouble finding like a good choreographer, or if maybe they do have a good choreographer, but that person is kind of being shackled by what they can implement into their choreography.
Yeah, that could very much be true. I mean, I don't know who the dance instructor is, but
right.
So overall, it's a really good music video, and I'm actually kind of curious what the other tracks are for this comeback is.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely appreciate it. Just, again, kind of going back to what we had talked about earlier. The way they incorporated drums and in this cheery or cheer girl kind of feel that it's pretty reminiscent. It was just a very pleasant surprise. I was not expecting this at all.
Right.
This came out of nowhere for me. I really enjoyed myself. And again, Sally.
Sally, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Man, you guys ready to move it on?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So up next we got CherryB. I guess I'm not sure if she's rebranding her name. Originally, when she debuted as a soloist in 2017, she went by CherryB. She's a former member of Jeez, what's that group called? BIBI Diva.
Yeah.
And she was also in that group with G-idol Sujin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that group debuted in 2015, disbanded in 2016, and she's got her comeback with OOTD, Outfit of the Day.
Oh, that's what OOTD means?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, now the music video makes more sense. Okay.
Bruh.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
Oh, boomers.
Oh, man.
I forgot you gotta explain everything to the 400-year-old man.
Yeah.
No, not gonna lie. Now that I know what OOTD means, it makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
This is why you're the meme of the group.
Yep. Never felt this disappointed. So, all right, Nick, why don't you go ahead and take it away, man?
So first off, this is super bubblegum pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about as bubblegum pop as it gets. So we have one thing that really, because bubblegum pop is very high intensity, very very high energy. Mm-hmm. One thing that they used to bring that down was they infused a little bit of R&B elements, especially in the beat. It's definitely a slower tempo, and that is utilized by infusing typically R&B 808s and drum hits. Mm-hmm. They did that really well here. It kind of gave it its own unique vibe. Mm-hmm. And so it was really smart of them to do that, how they did.
Mm-hmm. Especially with they incorporate a little bit of tropical elements as well in the sound. With some of the synths that they used.
Yeah, and especially with the random like clicks that they have, kind of scattered throughout the beat.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is that gives it its kind of summery and relaxing vibe,
yep.
which is also reinforced by the R&B elements and the bubblegum pop. Mm-hmm. So this is really a dynamic song that works well together.
Yeah, especially when they had that when they came with a little bit of like the EDM-esque kind of build-up after the first verse. So, it was just again like a lot of things are just kind of going on that they packaged in here. So.
Yeah, I also really enjoy the using vocals as like a backing to the singer. It gives it a kind of almost a cappella feel.
Yeah, it makes it kind of feel a bit more, I don't know, like organic, more intimate in a way.
Yeah, so basically they're using those non-reverbed vocals to close the soundstage.
Right.
Because R&B is a very closed soundstage, but bubblegum pop and tropical infusions are very open. So they kind of had this weird mix going on. They used the vocals to close the soundstage, make it more intimate.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it does, like, with the beat and the closed soundstage of her vocals, it really makes it seem like one of those songs that you can definitely very much listen in the background and not be actively listening to. It's something, I feel like kind of makes me want to go clean my house for some reason.
Yeah. Throw out some of those old clothes that you had from back in the Han Dynasty era.
Ow. Okay, we haven't even moved on to the next song.
I didn't even see that one coming. That's the sad part. Normally I know when he's going there. And that one just took me out of left field, man. Whoa. That was good.
I mean, you could probably make more money if you sold it to like a museum or something, and get us an actual studio for these recordings.
Oh, true.
I hate you guys.
Got some jade as well. I heard that's worth money.
Yeah, I hate you guys sometimes. Look, we haven't even moved. It's only been one song, and I've already been like ragged on twice about my age. I don't think it's even been 5 minutes. I don't think it's even about 5 minutes.
Well, it happens.
Oh yeah.
So, I definitely understand that feeling of like wanting to clean your house.
Yep.
And that comes from the just the high energy nature of bubblegum pop. It's also the super bright colors and imagery that they use.
Yeah.
Give you that feeling as well.
And she's throwing clothes everywhere.
Yeah. Makes you want to be productive in life.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Let me ask you guys this. You mentioned bubblegum pop, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain age, right? Age range that you associate with that style of music, and for the style of music video. How old do you think she is?
I'd probably say like 26, maybe 20.
Yeah, I mean, since she debuted in 2015, I would have to say somewhere around like 26, 27.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would have thought as well, or probably even younger. But she's 30.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
I mean, she still looks young. She still looks fairly young.
Yeah. That's what like caught me off guard, because like, you know, listened to the song, right? Checked it out. I'm like, oh wow, I really enjoy this.
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, I want to know more about this person. And you know, saw she debuted, and like, okay, she had a debut. She's probably a bit older. Like, oh,
I guess that makes sense considering in Viva Vida she was also the oldest, or Viva Diva she was also the oldest member.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because like, how old was she? She was like, what, 16 at the time, or no, 17 at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, what else you got, Laura, as far as the music video is concerned?
I mean, we've already said it's a like bright song. The imagery very much matches. It's got a freaking parody of Facebook with fake look, which now makes a lot more sense now that I know what OOTD means.
Or maybe even like lookbook.
Yeah.
Like kind of a mashup of Facebook and lookbook.
Mm-hmm. It's like, it's very social media based. Like, oh, check out this outfit, but it's, you know, also a callback, you know, on how important like those social media platforms do kind of like put emphasis on how people look and how they kind of display themselves, and it's a really interesting take, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess also there was a scene in there with Wannabe Bora.
Yep.
Who is actually like a fashion YouTuber.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which I also thought was a really good inclusion.
Yeah.
Of like reinforcing that outfit concept.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because having like a fashion YouTuber and having the fashion YouTuber help her with style just wraps everything together as well.
Yeah.
So
the only reason why I know who she is was for some reason, for like maybe a good like 5 months straight, YouTube was like shoving a lot of her videos down my throat on my recommended feed. Like,
I just saw she commented in the comments, so I went to her channel and I saw that she was a fashion YouTuber. Yeah,
like I don't know why I hadn't watched any of her stuff, any of her videos before, but yeah, YouTube just kept recommending her stuff to me. Like, okay, sure, I'll check it out, I guess.
I mean, like those small details like actually make this music video very much more impressive, you know, like with the outfits, the YouTuber, like whoever did this was very, very articulate in this music video. I didn't even know about the YouTuber, but you know, that makes it this music video is so much better now that I know like all of these little nuances that I didn't know before. It's really impressive and it adds so many more layers, you know.
Right. You guys are ready to move it on?
Yeah.
Alright, well, man, Nick, you want to take it away?
Alright, so we haven't talked about this group at all. Totally didn't give it a 15 this week or anything.
We all perfect.
Which a 15 is a perfect score.
Yeah.
So, this is Solar and Moonbyul of Mamamoo with their song Promise You. Oddly enough, it was posted to Genie.
I mean, it's also posted to Major
I did for
9.
Well, yeah, I mean, fair. I was just surprised to definitely see it on Gino. Definitely thought it would be on 1TheK, if anything.
Which is what you typically do, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, and so this is their song Promise You, and heavily tropical, indie acoustic vibes.
It's
just vibes.
It's got a very RBW house sound.
Oh,
yes.
Label sound. Because, like,
100%.
You've heard a lot of these chords, especially from the 2018 into 2019 era. You've heard them from 1V, you've heard them from ONEUS, you've heard it from the Mamamoo brand, and
Purple Kiss as well.
Yeah, Purple Kiss, and even outside of the label, they've used a lot of those synths that are samples that you've heard from a lot of other songs from that era, especially in the instrumental of the postcards. Like, I know I've heard that a lot from that era. So.
Right.
Yeah, this is super band oriented, which is why if you listen to it and you just imagine that, like, when we is like playing this, you're like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. It's very much in that musical style. Like we've talked about, labels have their individual sounds. A great example has always been Woolim.
Yeah,
they're like my go-to example.
Well, it's because they've had a trademark sound for the better part of a decade.
Yeah,
and they stick to it, and it works for them. So fair. But it's a great example of that literal sound that you just know when you hear it.
Yeah, you associate that sound with the label.
Yeah, and this song's very much the same. I will say that I was hoping for something a little more original. When I knew, because I mean, obviously, like, we know that Solar and Moonbyul are releasing something before it happens. And I was kind of hoping it was something a little more original, because I feel like you could have played off of the vocal strength and the rapping strength better.
Right.
All in all, I wouldn't say I'm the most impressed I could have been. I think there are stronger songs that could play off this. Like, Solar is a power vocal and a half. I mean, honestly, everyone in Mamamoo is.
Right.
But Solar's a power vocal and a half, and Moonbyul's rapping and vocals are strong enough to transition the song itself. And so I felt like there could have been something done better. I feel like I've heard this song 1,000 times.
Right.
Yeah. It's a solid song.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but just like what Nick said, it's like not thoroughly impressed.
It's nothing new, but overall, it is still a good song.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we all said it gave it a perfect score from each of us, like. But it's not something new. It's not something revolutionary. But it's still an amazing song.
Well, the thing about Perfect Score, I don't know about you guys, but for myself, when I rate based on how much I can talk about it, not so much how much I love it.
Right. But like, I do really enjoy, like, how they use, like Nick mentioned, like using Moonbyul kind of transfer the, like, song with her vocals to the rapping, kind of changing her vocal tones from that higher singing vocals to the lower range for her rapping part. I found that really cool. Has Mamamoo done a duet song before? I don't know. They have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And, like, over the years, they've definitely done a couple.
Okay. I might have missed them then. That, or I just don't remember off the top of my head.
I mean, we talk about a lot of songs in a year.
Yeah.
And we reference back to a lot of other songs while we're talking about those songs that released throughout the year. So, they're probably like human catalogs of like 10,000 songs each.
Yeah, it's hard to remember every single one, but and then something else is that I want to add on is, like, the music video itself. I wouldn't say it's very impressive either. Like, the outfits are great, the makeup is great, like, the scenery is honestly amazing, but it's also nothing to talk about, like, huge to talk about. because you know we've seen it before. There's not a lot of power. It does give a bright, like fun vibe, high energy vibe, but it's nothing to talk about. My biggest gripe would probably be the color choice for Moonbyul's outfit. You know, she blends way too much into the like background or the rest of the scenery. It's a white outfit, and I feel like it easily blends into the background. But then again, my screen isn't calibrated like Jihoon's.
I think that's a you problem because you regularly have these problems with white on white.
Mm-hmm. I definitely didn't notice it until you brought it up.
I didn't notice it either.
What I will say is I really love the makeup for Moonbyul. Her eyes, that color to use. I just really love this new style.
Yeah. It stood out really well with her complexion.
Otherwise, you know, for myself, I really enjoyed the song. And yeah, it's nothing like really groundbreaking to me, but I would say that probably the main thing is that for myself is just that I was just kind of craving a song like this, and they provided me with what I was wanting.
It's really enjoyable.
Yeah, so it's definitely in a running for my most listened to song of this week.
I mean, granted, we did nitpick, but you know, we're going to nitpick on any song that we like. You know, the more I feel like the more we nitpick, the more we like the song for some reason.
I was about to say because I do feel that same way. I know we've done it on a handful of other songs, or I guess because like if we really enjoy something, we're gonna pay that much more attention to it.
Yeah.
Each listen through on each viewing, right? And just find all those little details more so than usual.
Yeah.
Because we're all pretty analytical to begin with.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. All right. Well. I guess we're ready to move it on, guys.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. This is ATEEZ with Dreamers. So, Nick, I know this is a group that's close to your heart. Why don't you kick it off?
So, ATEEZ is one of those groups that has a sound unique to them. And it's a sound that is really hard to replicate.
Right. And
this is a great showcase here. It's that they have a tropical infusion, which they usually have for their summer comebacks regardless. A little bit of R&B fusion, which is just classic for ATEEZ. A super dance-heavy track, because like ATEEZ is very well known as being amazing dancers. And then also the high-pitched synths giving a perfect transition into their low-voiced rapper.
Right.
Those are just classic ATEEZ things. However, here we see, so on top of that we see a little bit of Moombahton influence with a Caribbean mix, and then layered over that is that dance EDM track that I was talking about. And that is there's an artist that is very well known for doing the exact same thing in America, and that's Shakira. It's a extremely similar fusion that Shakira used to use back when back when I was growing up. It's that it creates this kind of Latin dance fusion that is just kind of hard to emulate.
Right.
So definitely or starting to listen to this definitely kind of took me back to when Shakira would put out music, because I mean I used to listen to Shakira all the time as well.
It's been a while since I've listened to any of Shakira's songs.
Fair. Yeah, so I really enjoyed this song. I think it's definitely different, especially from the stuff they put out before that was kind of summer themed, like Wave.
Which I enjoy.
Or even the stuff that wasn't, like Treasure and stuff like that. It shows a really nice contrast if you listen to like all their music, because like this is a complete contrast from Say My Name,
right,
or anything like that. So
now, song is doing pretty well. It appeared on the number 2 daily chart on the Oricon chart in Japan, and it dropped out to like number 3, which is still pretty up there, right? So, I also really enjoyed the song. Like from right off the bat, I knew that I was gonna enjoy the song probably within like the first 6 seconds. But when I heard like that opening synth, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna like this. I already know where this is going, or I already have an idea of where this is going. And sure enough, going back to the I was talking about with Solar and Moonbyul, with Promise You. Yeah, this is another song that was providing me with, kind of what I was wanting. And especially when you brought up the Moonbyul influence, like, yeah, I was kind of wanting a bit more Moonbyul in the summer, and these guys are giving it to me.
So I was actually when I first listened to it, I was actually expecting it to be a Korean song, but then like it took me a bit to register that it was actually a Japanese song. I was like, okay, this is really catchy. I'm bobbing my head, and then I'm like, wait a second, I'm hearing Japanese words, and I literally was like, am I going crazy? Let me go back and listen to it harder, and then I'm like, I hear Japanese.
Yep.
Maybe it's a Korean Japanese fusion. And then I listened to it again. I'm like, nope, just straight.
Yeah, I had a similar situation because I started expecting Korean. I was like, why don't I understand anything they're saying? I was like, what's going on?
I was a little bit the opposite. I was like, why do I understand what they're saying?
Hell yeah. Yeah, no. I'm honestly surprised, like you scored as high as it did. But after hearing from Nick, like, okay, a lot of them just make sense. And for you, or as far as like the music video, what else did kind of stood out to you?
I mean, it's a very bright, it's a very summery music video. It's in a forest. It's about like adventuring out, basically, at least from what I can tell. And I think it very much makes sense because from what I'm seeing, it's also also an OST to an anime. For those who don't know, it'd be for the Digimon anime. And Digimon is very well known for its very adventurous like themes and kind of growing up for childhood and doing all of that. So this song, compared with the scenery, very much pairs with the adventures, just being youthful and all of that. So I think all of that just makes much more sense to this music video.
Okay. And pair that with the very bright overall kind of very bright exposure with a lot of the kind of like a soft filter over it. It really does kind of help sell that adventurous dreamer kind of feel. So.
Yeah. So one thing that really sells that adventurous feel is what in music we call money chords. And what money chords are is they're a list of, or they're like typically a chord progression that invokes a feeling
that most people are familiar with.
Yep. And typically, especially in American music, they will draw from money chords, build a song off it, and that will almost, like, provided the artist is also popular and good, will also almost guarantee a hit song.
Yes. Or I don't know, because you can see that they spam the hell out of those money chords.
Right.
So, that's why you get that kind of adventurous feeling, is because they're using money chords to their advantage. Now, this song is not 100% money chords, but it definitely helps give that drive to go get up and do something, get up and go for a run or walk around.
And I mean, like you see some of the members doing artistic things in the forest as well. So you know they're pursuing different things in an adventurous ways. Although I don't know how you're going to produce music without electricity in a freaking forest, but you know, you do you do you.
It's fantasy to dream.
Exactly. You do.
Man, I feel like they could also use this as like a part of a commercial for like taking a trip to the Caribbean.
Yeah.
But man, all right. Well, you guys ready to move on to the last one?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Nick. It's gonna be all you again, man. You're the.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't stay in this group.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a group that is definitely one of my favorites. This is Dreamcatcher with their song Because. And if you don't know anything about Dreamcatcher, you're about to get educated. So Dreamcatcher is one of, I would say honestly, one of the only rock-oriented K-pop groups currently making music. And they have basically kind of have a monopoly on the market a little bit.
Yep.
There are a couple other bands that do rock-oriented tracks, but nothing quite similar to the way Dreamcatcher does it, in which they don't play instruments.
Right.
So, with that, no surprise, this is a rock-oriented song. I would say it's weird though because it is like heavy rock funk. So what I thought of when I first thought of this, and Jihyun will know what I'm talking about. I don't know how much you delved into the albums or the track list of previous albums, Aura, but it sounds like they took Black and White and made it a rock track.
Yeah, Black and White, and then so like the opening also very much made me recall Red Sun as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Off of that same album. So because this just like with the Dystopia album, Dystopia. What was it? What's the album called again, Nick? The Tree of Language.
Yeah.
Alondra had a huge hand in the production of the songs on the album, and I get very much present here in this in the production of this song as well. I'm not sure about the whole album though.
So what I know from this is that they use their normal producers. It's Lees and Olander, just all over again. They're all over these tracks. Yeah. The only one that Olander was not present on is the ballad on like track 5 or track 6 or whatever it is, which makes sense because Olander is not a ballad producer.
No.
Okay.
But Lees is over it. So.
Okay.
But yeah. So I'm not surprised it has that kind of Dreamcatcher vibe. Olander and Lees are really good at producing that kind of Dreamcatcher sound.
Right.
And by what I mean is that it sounds like they took like 4 tracks and threw them together, but it works because it's Dreamcatcher.
Yeah. It's like you almost don't need to buy the album Tree of Language because you can just hear it all in this one song.
Yeah, honestly, like it's crazy how they just took like all their previous experience of what they've learned from like the Tree of Language and Dystopia and everything, and just kind of took it and threw it into one song.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that's Dreamcatcher things.
It's definitely Dreamcatcher things. But yeah.
Now, I think I've heard it not in Tree of Language, but in some of their older albums that a kind of breakbeat drumline that they had at Dami's rap. Was that from like more like the older, like the more classic Dreamcatcher era?
If I remember, Silent Night had that.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
No, I think
I haven't heard Silent Night in a while.
You might. I think you're right on that one. Yeah, because it was either Silent Night or it may have been off of like their Alone in the City album. Can't remember.
Maybe.
But it's like it feels like a very classic Dreamcatcher like thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. That's kind of what kind of helped refresh or freshen the song up a bit for me.
Yeah. I will say on first listen I was not a fan of Dami's the beat under Dami's rap.
Really?
I thought it was too clashy.
Clashy because it almost kind of out of place.
Yeah, I felt like the song stopped, and then Dami had a rap verse, and then the song was like, okay, now we're back.
Yeah,
and
that's a very 90s thing too, because there's quite a few like rock bands from the 90s that did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm not entirely a fan of that style. I like songs that flow and kind of flow into each other, each other's parts.
Yeah, because it borderline's kind of like a hip hop kind of breakbeat.
Yeah, and we also seen that there was a brief rise in popularity with that type of a breakdown. A couple months ago.
Yeah,
and while I normally like it if it's trap heavy, that wasn't trap heavy. It was this isn't trap heavy. It's very like crunchy, and it's not just really my style.
I don't know how I feel about your use of the word crunchy in that.
It definitely generated a feeling.
Yeah. Like you said the word crunchy, I'm like, how do I feel about that?
That's the same feeling you are experiencing is the same feeling I felt when I heard the beat. So
yeah.
So I think it's a perfect use of the word.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I feel like it has this music video has matched what Dreamcatcher has been going for. It's been a nightmarish theme. Uses the darker themes, not completely like dead, dread, and drear, but you know, still kind of has that upbeat, but also darker upbeat. Because this is a love song, but almost like a twisted version, like that obsession.
Yeah, it very much generates that kind of yandere feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you get towards the ending of the song.
Yeah. So,
which I mean, this is a Dreamcatcher. Then I mean, I guess there's just no saying no to them, right?
Yeah. Actually, I can kind of see the Insomnias coming out with their cloaks, their staff, light sticks.
Their scepters. Yeah.
Let's go. We're a cult.
And having this just kind of like playing while they're all in a stadium. I can see it. And them just kind of rising to the stage, just singing this.
We are a cult. We're the one and only K-pop cult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is like most K-pop groups, they try to build a fandom, right? That's solid. Like, you know, you build a fandom that supports you. In the case of BTS, they built a literal army. like they got an army to support them, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Dreamcatcher's like, yeah, screw all that. We want a cult. We want a literal cult. Who does that?
I mean,
yep. But it works. It honestly, I feel like with the fandom Insomnias, the thematics, it all honestly very much works for them. I feel like it would scare some people who didn't know what was going on, but it works.
Oh, absolutely. You definitely have the cops called him in. All right. Well, you guys got your picks of the week?
Not really, but yeah, maybe.
Do I have my pick of the week?
Well, I said picks plural because I mean I'm pretty sure it's gonna be hard to pick one. So.
I mean, yeah, you trying to make me choose between Dreamcatcher and ATEEZ and like everything else that came out? Like, oh, okay,
yeah.
Let's go for it. Just give me your top three.
Top three.
Go for it. Top three. You get three, and that's it. We'll call it there. So. And even that's hard.
Well.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna. Obviously. While I really do love ATEEZ's sound and Dreamcatcher style, I think I'm definitely gonna have to give mine this week to CherryB.
Okay, solid pick.
CherryB is such a pleasant surprise.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
Oh man, so this is one, you guys are gonna call me old again. Ahead of time, I hate you guys. But this is one that we didn't talk about. It's going to be Tiger JK's Love and Peace. I think it very fits my style of music that I haven't heard in a while, and it was quite enjoyable. And if you haven't watched it or heard it, listen to it. Tiger JK has that very old hip hop style that I very much enjoyed from the time.
Yeah, especially that West Coast hip hop style in the 90s.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're so old.
Yeah. So for myself, it's really hard because Solar, Moonbyul, ATEEZ, Tiger JK, KANGTA, Areum. Well, I'm going to give it to you, CherryB. That was like my surprise gem of the week for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
It's all really good. And that's not to say the other songs that we listened to weren't great. They were all really great in their own ways. But these just snuck out like just a tiny bit more.
Oh yeah, it was a very strong list that we had this week. So.
I mean, I changed my mind like almost 5 times before we even got to freaking CherryB. Like first song, I was still switching.
Oh yeah, I was still deciding. I mean, same with Nick. You're probably still deciding all the way up until it came to this time to decide.
Yeah. Yep. I was still deciding.
So, all right. Well, on to our quick shots. I got the first one. Man, so Super Junior's Mr. Simple, which released in 2011, is their first music video to reach 200 million views.
Hold on. 2011.
Yep.
Jeez. That's been so long. It's been so freaking long.
Just short of the full 10-year mark. It took them 9 years, 11 months, and 27 days.
Man.
Jeez. Okay.
But hey, congrats,
Yeah.
It was a slow burn, but you made it.
Yeah.
So. Alright, on to you, Nick.
Alright. So, a group we haven't talked about in, quite a while. Specifically a year and a half. Red Velvet has announced a comeback date and drops their first teaser for their album, Queendom. Album name aside, this is gonna be their first comeback in a year and a half, and that's crazy.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
especially because Red Velvet is like an extremely popular group.
Yeah, they were always like in the top 3 around like 2018, 2019 time frame, 2017. Like they're the top 3 of girl groups, right up there with Blackpink and Twice. They were always right up there.
Yep.
And trading with them for that top spot.
Yeah. Right. So.
Yeah. So, definitely gonna be interesting to see them back in the spotlight.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, to continue on with the groups that we have not heard in a while, that are having a comeback. It's been 4 years, but Tiara has also announced their comeback. It's 2017? Yeah. 2017 since their last comeback, and
Is that What's My Name?
So, and 4 years, and they said that they're planning to release it before the end of the year. So hopefully, it actually goes through. They can get it done, because I know that there are a lot of fans that have been waiting for Tiara to come back. So very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, and the group also had an appearance on Knowing Brothers last month. That's a full group.
Okay.
So they had that on a variety show appearance, and then now they're gonna have a full group comeback. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, 100% for sure. But yeah, that's it for that one.
Right. Yeah, back to you, Nick. I'm ready to keep a straight face on this one.
I got pranked with this. All right. So there's a girl group that both me and Jihoon have followed since before they were rebranded. But this is Signature, and if you don't know who Signature is, both me and Jihoon are now very sad. Go learn about them, please. But they announced that they have official fan club name. So, I don't even want to talk about this. All right. So on July 27th, they announced through social media that their fans would be known as Sign Fans.
Yep.
Their group name is based on the English word signature, which is in Korean, like in Konglish, is usually simplified to sign. Therefore, the name Sign Fan means fans of the group who will become the sign and or signature of the music industry.
I mean, it makes sense.
It's also is a similar. It also sounds similar to the Korean word sign pen.
Yep.
Which refers to markers that are used for signing paper or merchandise at like a signing event.
Okay.
All right. So the best news for last.
Get through that cringe.
All right. So last but not least, we have. We have to talk about the major power of BTS and their fans, the armies. You know, as we all know. During the second quarter of the fiscal year, McDonald's released the BTS meal. Went on for some time. They finally released the reports of how much was made, and the BTS meal increased McDonald's sales profits by 41%, which is very significant on a worldwide level. So
yeah, 41% worldwide. That's stupidly high. Like that kind of thing is not normal.
It is not. And it shows like the power of armies and BTS has that they can have on a business, and that is absolutely amazing. It is crazy. It is scary.
It's a literal army.
Yeah. But it's a
literal army, like Nick said.
It is very impressive, and 41% is nothing to scoff at.
Especially when you talk about a brand like McDonald's, like as huge as they are. Smart play, well played.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You guys got anything else before we close it off?
No,
I don't.
All right, Nick, take it away, man.
All right. Thank you for watching. This has been Austin Nation. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell icon if you want to know when we upload in the future. All the links to the MVs that we talked about and more will be in the description box down below, as well as our socials. We have Twitter and what else do we have? Jesus, Discord and Patreon. If you like our content and want to consider giving back, like I said, our Patreon is in the description box down below. We really appreciate it, and it just helps us create better content for you guys, and so we appreciate it greatly. And with that, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.